Let's go ahead and create some mass floors. So first you have to create mass, whatever shape, modify sub-elements as per previous exercises, add some levels, and then once done, reselect your mass, create mass floors on each level. Once you have those mass floors, use option Architecture tab, Floors, Floor by Face. Make sure you understand which type of floor you're using. So from Type Selector, I'm selecting Generic 300, and I'm selecting all those mass floors that I did, and Create Floor. So on each level I have generated floor plates 300 thick. Escape, escape. Use the same technique to create a roof by face. Again, make sure you understand which type of roof you're selecting. Select the face, create roof. So it's really a very efficient way and quick method to create sort of unusual roof shapes and floors. Escape, escape. You can also generate floors by simple footprint. So let's go to level 1. I'll maximize the view. On floor plans level 1, I'm going to create let's say floor by footprint. So simple rectangular shape, any size, finish it. No magic to it. Have a look in 3D. So that's what we did. And I'd like to multiply it and let's say run it to 3 levels. So select floor again, copy to clipboard, and paste to align levels. So I'd like to copy it to level 3 and level 2, and you basically have the same condition. At any given time you can edit floor boundaries. So for example, I didn't like this situation here, I'd like to add different shape to it. So let's say something like this, 90 degree. Trim, single outline, finish it. You can also do modifications to it in terms of height or elevation above datum. So let's select this one. Height offset from level 1 was 0. I'd like to bring it up to, let's say, 2 feet, so 600 above floor level. Okay, and for example, I'd like to modify sub-elements. So in this case, in this scenario, I'm going to add point at the extension of this line here, and I'd like to modify this point to -600 and this point to -600. So this gives me a simple ramp, you know, because this one went up 600 and I dropped those 2 points by 600. Let's say I'd like to create roof by footprint. So instead of this floor, I'd like to create roof by footprint on level 3. I'm going to go to level 3 floor plans, on which I can see floor below, and I'm going to create roof by footprint simply by sketching outline of this floor, but with, let's say, offset of 400. 1, 2, finish. In 3D view, Yes, I have simple roof envelope that basically follows the outline of my floors with offset. At any given time, you can modify this by coming back to edit footprint, and I'll go back to level 3, but I'd like to see level 1. So look, here's what I'm gonna do. On view range of this view, so first of all, let's not edit this footprint yet. I'd like to make sure that from this level I see level 1. On properties of this floor plan, I'd like to modify view range, on which I want to switch view depth to unlimited and apply, and click OK. So here I can see exactly what's going on level 1. Now I'm going to select my roof, and I'm going to edit footprint, and I'm going to simply follow my outline of my ramp, but I'm going to do this offset 300, was it 300 or 400? Sorry. Distance here. Not too sure, so I'll use symmetry. I'll select this line, mirror, this option will work better for me because I'll have a center line. Then I'll connect this line here, and I'm going to trim and finish. And then let's have a look in 3D. So I just edited this roof to follow the shape. I can also edit footprint, and I can actually disallow the slope definition on this edge, and if I do this, I'll simply have a gable wall. I can also change the slope from this edit footprint mode by simply selecting one of the edges and overtyping the slope to, let's say, 45 degrees, and let's make it symmetrical. So let's go with this one as well, change it to 45 and finish. So then you can see a difference in slope. Now there's option also to connect different roofs. So I'll go to level 3. On level 3, I'll select roof by footprint, rectangular shape, and I'll make a separate roof on one side here, escape, but I'll make sure that this edge does not define the slope, this edge does not define the slope, finish, and have a look in 3D. But at the same time, I'm going to make following changes. Select this roof, and on slope it's 30, I'll change it to 45. Also on construction, I'm changing plumb cut to 2 cut plumb with fascia depth 80, and you will see that this generates a nice definition of your fascia board and undercut. I'll do the same with this roof, so not plumb cut, 2 cut plumb, fascia board 80. Sorry, one more time. So I have this definition of fascia board at 80 on this one, and also on this one. Now I'm going to modify, join roofs, select the edge of small roof and face of big roof, And this basically connects those two roofs. Another way to create roof would be roof by extrusion. So here's a situation that we can handle. I'm going to Architecture tab, Roof by Extrusion. You have to pick plane of one of the existing geometries. So I'll select fascia. I'll make sure that this roof happens on level 3 with offset 0. And I'm going to sketch a 3-point arc somewhere here and finish it. So this gives you roof by extrusion that simply follows your shape that you created on a specific plane. At the same time, I'd like to make sure that this is the same condition, so to cut plumb, fascia depth 80, and apply. And let's see if we can match it. So let's see if we can do this. So escape, this roof is done, and let's modify, join roofs, select this edge, select the main roof, and you have connecting two roofs. At any time you can select roof by extrusion and you can stretch in the direction of this extrusion, so whatever the case might be, that would be appropriate here. Now let's have a look if we can have some proper dormer openings. So I'm going to stretch this element slightly back. Have a look from below. For this operation I suggest you switch to hidden line, and under Architecture tab select dormer opening, select main roof from which you're cutting, then select a smaller roof, select the edge and finish. So that gives you a clean cut opening for connecting roofs. Try it here. Would be slightly different technique, but again, select the main roof, select one face, select second face, the edge, and cut. See, as long as those lines intersect, you should be getting a clean opening. There are also simple ways to do openings in the roof, like for example by face. So here I'm going to sketch opening by face and finish it. To understand the difference, try something like this. Vertical, in this roof, same circle, have a look from above, and finish. Okay, so you could see how confusing it could be. I'll undo it and do it again. Let's go to the top view, and I'll create this time vertical opening in this roof, circular shape, and finish. And then rotate this a bit and you'll understand exactly where the difference is. So here you have a vertical shaft opening, here you have opening by face, so it's perpendicular to the face of the roof. In terms of openings, it's also important to understand that you can, for example, select the shaft opening. So I'll do it for a multi-story building because it becomes very effective if you have number of floors. I'll hide HH my mass, and I'll do something like this. I'll go to a top view, I'll create a shaft opening in this area here. So let's take a rectangular shape of the opening, finish it, and then reselect this opening and drive it through all the levels. So this gives you a clean-cut shaft opening for your stairs, elevators, and so on. If you missed the size, or if you're not satisfied with it, reselect, edit shape, and you can simply modify the shape, you know. So just modify, for example, I'll select 3-point arc, 1, 2, 3, escape, take this one out, finish it. This is reflected on all levels. Now let's use option of flat roofs. So I'll go to the top view, and I'd like to create penthouse enclosure for this area here. So look, here's what I'm going to try. Roof by footprint, and I'm going to make sure that this is running on level 5. No definition of slope. So let's see if we can select lines, the same shape, 1, 2, 3, 4, 125. Let's switch to, for example, generic 400, level 5, but I'd like to bring it up. Base offset from this level. Bring it to, let's say, 3 meters. And finish. Let's have a look. Much too low. 7 meters. Better. 8 meters. Even better. And maybe a bit of a slope. So a single slope arrow will probably do the trick. Let's go to the top view again. Edit footprint. Slope arrow. Slope arrow. Sketch it from midpoint here to midpoint of this arc, and offset at head. Let's run it at about 1 meter. Apply, finish. Let's have a look. So that's what I would like to have. A penthouse enclosure with a flat roof, single slope, 1 meter difference. And you can use this technique for any footprint shapes. Okay, so we had this slope arrow here. Finish it. Why is it disappearing on me? Interesting. So this is roof by footprint. Let's restore all elements. Let's go to one of the elevations. And let's investigate. So we're not cropping. Show crop region, that's fine. Let's go back to 3D view. Let's not crop. Let's figure out the shaft. Let's bring this shaft to below my roof. Here was the problem. My shaft was actually cutting the hole in this roof, and the hole was the size of the roof. So obviously the logic is couldn't see the roof because it was cut. Now let's go back to level 2 and let's create a different situation with the roof by revolve. So what I want you to do is this. Somewhere here I would like to create roof by revolve. So it's going to be component in place, scheduled as roofs. One more time. Component in place, scheduled as roof. So it's going to be roof 1. And I'd like to use my revolve option here. Revolve. Set my sketching boundary or my sketching plane to face of this floor edge, and I'd like to have clear view on this, so front view, and I'd like to sketch sort of a pergola here, so midpoint, bit of an overhang, and then tangent arc, and close the line. So I have a shape. Axis line and finish. At this point I'd like to disassociate from work plane, so then I can move it forward and I can also move it upwards and finish model. So that's another way to create a roof by revolve. Now this is cropping here, so I'd like to not crop so I can see the entire thing. Let's select another option for the roof. So under architecture, component, model in place, again I'll select scheduling as roofs. That would be roof number 2. This time I'd like to sweep, and I can perhaps select pick path option around this existing roof. Finish path and edit profile. Sketch some kind of a decorative fascia here. Which will give me maybe some kind of a light fixture on the perimeter of this entire roof structure. Finish it and finish again. So this didn't generate because I kind of created a very complex shape. Cancel it. I'm going to re-edit this profile, so escape. Select profile, edit profile, and I'm going to simplify it. So tab, delete, select circle, and send that circle. Same problem here. So I'm going to cancel this option, but I'll try to select something around this shape here, which is in a single work plane. So see if you can do something around this shape here. Create, sweep, pick path, 1, 2, 3, 4, finish path, edit profile, circle, finish, finish. So this might be a light fixture of some sort, or halogen light around the roof. Finish model. So at this point I'm going to switch to shaded view, let's say. And another simple idea, kind of a pergola around. Let's go to level 2. On level 2, I'm going to finish it by adding ceiling. So under architecture tab, I'm going to create ceiling by sketching of this outline here. So you can either pick lines, or you can simply sketch existing lines. Finish, review this in 3D. So here's my ceiling. I'm going to re-edit to a different type. So from compound ceiling, I'm going to change it to 600 by meter 20, and I'm going to actually lift it to about 3 meters. So my clearance is 3 meters from the floor, and I'm going to actually copy this to clipboard and paste it to align levels. So this one will be also on level 2. And then, like with anything else, on sketch mode you can re-edit the shape. So you can perhaps add some openings to it and edit boundaries. Alright, so have fun, and you can build this on walls, you can build this on levels, whatever the case might be.